Hey everyone, it's Siphon coming at you with another deck profile, and today we have Raine Serpio, red black. As this deck has been a menace so far in set three. Obviously, there's no events going on right now, but there's been a lot of stuff on Untapped and the online locals thing with Kalen. And I can just tell you, this deck is everywhere. This deck is so strong, and I'm here to show you why. So obviously, Rain allowing you to expel a fire unit from your hand, actually any units, I apologize, to do upwards of 1,000 increments of 500. And Serpio allowing you to exhaust and sack anything on command, or he can, do minus 1,000 to the home draw board. One big thing about this card allowed you to have 12 dark cards. The dark cards are very powerful. There has been some contention on whether Serpio is worth it. Because I, even in deck building myself, have come to the thing where I'm just like, I need to fit in 4 more cards, but the package is super tight. Is it worth just playing Luna? More times often than not, no. I think you want to make room for those extra 4 dark cards just so you can play Serpio, because Serpio is just that good. And again, dark cards are just that good. Next, we have the 5 standard towers. We don't have all the shiny ones because that is in my Gillian deck, because that Gillian deck is my baby right now. 5 standard towers don't really need to deviate as of right now, but future towers could be explored. I do have some interest in that darkness tower for this deck, possibly allowing you to exhaust some units and to exhaust some shards. So next, for the shards, we are running 3 Nightmare Crystal. This thing was terrible. 3 Nightmare Crystal. 5 regular shards. 1 Zephyr Crystal. 1 Chrono Shard. So this is exactly the same count that Eric Goodwin was playing in his first place list. And the reason that I feel like the Zephyr Crystal could be necessary is against other dark decks that especially Helena decks that are playing things like Hidden Labs. You just lose value in some of your plays if you're going to expel Arc and you try to deal 1,000 to a golem. They're like, all right, cool, I'll exhaust, draw a card. Thanks for letting me draw a card, dog. So getting able to get rid of that, and then sometimes it will come in exhausted. I mean, it always will come in exhausted, but I think the lost in 1 shard most of the times, as long as you were able to get some sort of solid ground, I think the loss of 1 shard on 1 turn is totally fine, and you can recover from it. So next, we will go into the units. Starting off with the dark units. 3 playfluent, by the way, look how clean that foil is. 3 playfluent. This is the 002 of this format. Everyone's saying it. It's so true. Especially now that you are running Serpio, being able to sack on command. And the one thing I was talking to people like Joseph Gray and stuff about is this card will only get better with time. Because right now, you can genuinely probably guess what's in people's hands, but deck lists can be kind of wonky right now. The moment decks get established with their list, you know exactly what to call. Because like I said, with most decks you're thinking, actually Lily the Gillian mech deck. If you don't know about that deck, and you just call a generic unit, let's say Juggernaut, because the deck actually is not running Juggernaut. Let's say you call Juggernaut, they don't have Juggernaut in the whole entire deck. Now, some variants can, but at least the variant I'm playing does not, and the variants I've seen does not. You just lost this card. Well, once lists get figured out, this card would just become even more better than it already is. It's already format shaping. It just will become even better. Next here, we have Helena. Helena allowing you to expel on command to get units back from the discard pile. Because you're playing the Blaze Walkers, discard just gets enabled even more. And because you can cover Blaze Walkers and give them the discard pile again, this card can infinitely just cycle through your deck. Get things in this card pile, recur them, set off your Blaze Walker. Card's just crazy. Lastly, we have Shade. boss monster. Literally, you can just see that it has 3 different effects, which is already stupid. A crap ton of attack. Now, you might be like, oh, but that costs 7. Well, that's where the offering comes in. Offering allowing you to expel things from your discard pile to play this without paying its mana cost. And again, because you're playing Blaze Walkers, you can just expel them. You see where this is starting to go. The deck is Black Red is just it's whew, man. Next we have 3 Arc. Probably the second best card in the deck. It can contend for the first only because the thing I think is first is just that dang good. Expelling 1,000 unit. You can do things where you can use Raine, target one thing, use Arc, have Arc target something else. You can creatively clear people's board with Arc. That's why this deck gets better with time, because then you can understand the interactions a little more. But the best card in the deck, in my opinion, only because it helps you get your Blaze Walkers and stuff back, and your other fire units back, is Leia. Leia says when she's expelled, you can suck up to 3 other expelled fire units, shuffle them back in. So it's already just recursion, which is already fantastic. You can also expel her on command as well. She has her secondary ability. But the best thing, it also lets you draw. So it helps you dig. Not only are you recurring, you're also drawing. So like, oh man. This card's also like super nuts. And just one other just solid card. Allowing you to, it can draw, it can put stuff on the thing. It's very versatile. Very rarely where you actually just play this card. I mean, there are instances where you can just play him, but mostly his expel effect. Also his own personal expel. On the expel 2 units, you can just expel like 2 arcs on command. But the biggest thing is when you expel it, you can roll the top card of your deck. If it's a Dragon or Blaze Walker, in this case it will always be a Blaze Walker, you can just put it into play. Like, you literally just be like, now it's in play. But if it's not Blaze Walker, you just draw the card. It's just like Lake. You just draw the card. The card is nuts. Oh, man. So that's the Blaze Walker package. Actually, no, I lied. We are missing 1 Blaze Walker. Oh, 3. So we're playing 3 Arc. But I'd sold an Arc when I didn't know if I was going to play the deck or not. And then I'm just missing an Arc. But these 2 other spots will be Arcs. The Storm Blaze Walker to be specific. He costs 1 if you're putting him on top of Blaze Walker, but costs 3 otherwise. 2,500, which is pretty nice. Cracks every tower. And can go toe-to-toe with a lot of units. The other thing is you can put a card under this in the discard pile and add 2 target fire expel units in your hand. Again, recurring your Blaze Walker engine. Or your round engine, because spoiler, we are playing the round engine. Dude, these Blaze Walkers are just... Oh, man, they need to calm down with these Blaze Walkers, man. Just way too much value. So now going on to the Raina package. We will start off by playing 3-handed Raina. The list allows you to discard a card from your hand, so, can get some synergy depending on how your board's set up. Destroy your cards, so if you have things with Ruin like Imp or even the Princess, you can trigger their Ruined effects. You can even do this on command if someone's trying to attack your unit, like if Hoenna is trying to kill one unit to get a counter. You can on command just discard a card, kill it so they don't get a counter. But it allows you to search your deck for any round unit, so it's your searcher for the archetype. And if it's in the draw pile, if it's in the discard pile at the start of your draw step, now this is any one of your draw steps, the game will check that if it was in there by its own ability, but not when. So at any point in time, this is in your discard pile because you use its ability. At any draw phase, you can proc this ability and just put it into play. And then we play 2 Immortal Princess. A lot of the time, she's just here for the Ruin ability. Because the Ruin ability allows you to bring out the Phoenix. It allows you to do 1,500 to the whole entire board. And how many things in this meta can be like, Oh, someone's in 1500 to me? I'm fine. Yeah, not many. So, being able just to board clear, and then, again, going back to the recursion. If this thing dies, the only way to get rid of this thing is to have it expelled, which you can just get back with Leia. Because when it's ruined, you shuffle it back into the deck. That's why we only run one, because you're never going to run out of this. Deck card's just insane. And then we play 3 Round of the Vengeful Phoenix. You can discard a card, destroy a target non-token, just like the other one. But then you can do 1500 to a target your opponent controls. So something neat I did with this last time I was playtesting was someone was trying to kill one of my units with Tsubasa. And I already knew they had all 3 of their Yugos in discard. So there was no threat of, oh, if I do this, I'm giving them a Yugo. So they tried to kill one of my units. I said no. I discarded this, killed it, procced its ruined effect, dealt 1500 to that. They had no Yugo to search. They had lost their unit. I just plussed off of it. And then, if this isn't a discard pop because it's on effect, you can expel this card to, recur one of your round cards. I feel like that's just a common theme, is just recurring your engine. Oh, and I just dropped them on the floor. Alrighty. Looks good. Alright. So that's it for the red cards. Then we have just generic cards. 3 Bone Scavengers. Now, in most decks, the Bone Scavenger is more of a defensive tool and sometimes offensive tool. This is an offensive tool. You can just proc your Blazewalker effects on command. Let me get this a little over. You can proc your Blazewalker effects on command just by expelling. You pay 1, expel an arc, boom, deal 1000. Like, any point in time, your range tap, cool, I can still just expel stuff on command. You need a card draw, because you need a card, boom, just expel Leia, shovel 3 things back, draw, boom. Bone Scavenger, absolutely a key portion of this deck. Lastly, 1 Visitor. I think this is all you really need. Not often will you be soul bursting. I mean, a lot of times the time you'll be soul bursting is to like clear a 0/2 board. But you can deal with those boards anyway. But just nice to always have a visitor. Next for the spells. 3 Yami. Here, let's get the full art out. 3 Yami. Just allowing you to get your stuff back. You can do -1000 to something. A lot of times you can allow your opponent to let you get some towers down so you can proc both effects. But, you know, not getting both effects isn't the worst thing in the world. Just spam to recur stuff. Again, recursion. That's all this deck does. You never run out of resources with this deck. Something that helps fuel your graveyard is, and again we gotta get the full art out. Okay. It's 3 Treat. So the best thing about Treat is that the sacrifice is part of the cost. So people who don't actually read this card will think, oh, he's playing Treat to try to sack something, I'll just respond and bounce it. No. It literally says, as an additional cost to play this card. So, like, to play this card, you must do this additional effect. That's why this card can be so powerful, because you cannot respond to it. It's the closest thing to, like, spell speed 4, like, to Yugo terms. Like, your opponent can't be like, no, you can't do that. Now, if they ever put counter spells in the game, I don't really know how that'll exactly work. But how I assume it'll work is you still get to sack something. You probably just won't get the effect. But just being able to fill your graveyard for like things like Shade. So something you can do is if you have Shade out in the field and like you swung with him on your turn, on your opponent's turn, you treat, send a bunch of stuff, like most likely Blazewalkers, to the discard pile, and then whenever they go to attack, just be like, alright, cool, bring out Shade again, proc all my Blazewalker effects, and now I have a Guardian out, like, oh man, I hope you guys can understand just by how I'm talking, like how crazy this deck is. In my opinion, this is easily the best deck of the format. Like I don't even know if it's close. I don't even know what's near. Like possibly Ursa, which is pretty much the same deck but in reverse, and then maybe Liam and Orhoen have a chance, but not much of a chance. Then we have 3 Entreat. This is just to go search for your Blazewalkers. You proc one of their effects and then put the other one in your hand. Pretty simple. Now, something I used to have in the deck was Ashbourne Sprite. What it allowed you to do was if someone played a spell or activated ability, you could reveal it and just put it straight into play. It was how I did some very cute plays with like Arc and whatnot and just getting early pressure down. But then I seen Eric Goodwin's list, who I actually kind of modified the deck based off of. We had most of the same deck, except I had, I think, Defender of Round at one. But he completely cut his. And that is Salt of Ashes. So this is where you can get even more creative with your board clear plays. So like you can rain something, ping for 500, arc something else, ping it for 1,000, and if something doesn't die, you can just be like, or after all that resolves, Assault of Ashes, just kill the thing that was damaged. So like again, let's think of Yugo again. Let's think of Yugo again. So you're most likely, unless you I'm trying to think. Yeah, even if you do 2 arcs plus plus Raine's ability, that is 3,000 damage. You're still not killing Yugo. You are not killing the Yugo. But what you can do is just ping it once with one of the arcs, and then just be like Assault of Ashes. Now it's just dead. Very versatile card. Very underlooked actually. I definitely underlooked it at the start. By the way, it's foil. I think this card has a lot more potential that could be unlocked by this deck specifically. So, now, I kind of just want to tell you guys about any changes you could possibly make to the deck. Changes you could make to the deck, if you want to take these out, I perfectly understand why you would want to take them out. What you replace them with is kind of up to you. If you want some more aggression, you could do like Rao Wyvern Wider for some quickness. And then really that's it. Maybe you want to take out a Bone Scavenger for something else. Maybe you want to, change up the Blazewalker package. You take out maybe 1 arc. But like I don't really know what you replace it with. One card I have been wanting to try is Rihanna's Pet Dragon. What it is on arrival, if you control another round unit, you can do 1,000 to a target unit. And then other round units cannot be targeted by spells or abilities. So like that card would be interesting to try in here. But I think this list is pretty good. So that is going to be the Raine Serpio deck profile, aka the King of Recursion. Clear your board. You don't get to really do much. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you guys like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.